Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. A wild and windy Saturday afternoon as I'm doing these readings, still reading on the story of the nanny, the ad for a new nanny in Santa Barbara with the Urban Tarot. And many people speculate that the ad is to do with Harry and Meghan and their need for a new nanny. So I'm going to make that assumption for the purposes of these readings and say that yes, the ad is for Harry and Meghan and Archie and Lily. And I'm using the Urban Tarot because there's an interesting little factoid in the ad as placed. And it's about driver's license and says the nanny has to have a US driver's license except for New York residents. And that obviously makes a whole lot of sense. If you're a New Yorker, you wouldn't have to have a driver's license. You'd mostly use public transport. So surface level, face value, sure, of course. But if this nanny has to do all the things that this nanny has to do, many page long ad, the 50 hours a week on call 24/7, either got to live in or live within 20 minutes of the residence because of all the running around the nanny has to do. All the running around, because parents don't seem to be able to do any of the running around. See previous reading. Makes me wonder, and I'm just idly curious, whether this nanny or one of the nannies that they're possibly looking for might be a New York based nanny. And this is my wild speculation. This is my little bit of wondering that I'm going to do a quick tarot reading on. I just want to know because there are persistent rumors that Harry lives at least some of the time, if not most of the time, in New York in one of Pa's penthouses, and that the kids either stay with him a lot of the time or visit often. Persistent rumors about that, which would make a lot of sense then if you needed a New York based nanny. And this is kind of a sly way almost of indicating it in the ad. I don't know, something just is making me a little bit suspicious. And there are also tales of going to England, and if kids are traveling, wandering, wherevering, makes the nanny recruitment drive a little bit more complex possibly than it looks like at face value. So I'm going to ask that question. How's the marriage? Are they separated? Is Harry living in New York? Are they looking for a New York based nanny or two nannies? What's going on there? I'm curious. I am curious. And is this nanny thing to do with a split, a separation, or even a potential separation? See if we can pick up any energy here, because this story, I'm just thinking it's more sus than maybe we're being led to believe. Chariot is movement. That's our underlying energy, and it's literally cars. Well, it's a taxi. It's a New York taxi. Of course it is. Don't need a driver's license, of course. Literally has shown up as the underlying energy. I'm always amused when tarot is that literal. And today it is, and let's remind you, because it is just tarot, it's for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion, it's all speculation. I just read energy, and big fat disclaimer in the box below. Big fat yellow taxi as our underlying energy. Yeah, okay, it's screaming at me. Screaming at you too. So, situation. The nanny. And we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Wealth card, yeah, absolutely. It's royal family. It's generations. It's future. It's the future. The 10 of Coins really providing for the future, having something that you can pass down through the generations. And it's in reverse. This tells me that there is no future in this situation. There is no future between Harry and Meghan. However much they protest, he was noticeably not around on her birthday, nor were the kids, interestingly, in my opinion, of course. It's also royal family, as I said. It's in reverse. Royal family waiting in the future for Harry. Harry's desire to return to the Ten of Pentacles that we are hearing a lot about. It has been quietened down a bit since the whole Centre Bali scandal erupted again. But it's background noise. That's how this is reading for me. Want to go back to the royal family. Don't see my future with Madame in Montecito. So let's ask the question, what's the status of the relationship currently? Up and down and round and round. Knight of Swords, the game master, keywords, really. But the Knight of Swords is very strategic, very living on his wits, very busy energy, the Knight of Swords, dashing around. It's quick moving. And that's not a card of love. It's a card of strategy. It's a card of positioning oneself. Gaming, scheming, plotting. I don't think that it's a happy relationship. That is my personal opinion based on the energy of that card. So, does Harry live for the most part in New York? That Chariot card giving me kind of a yes. I've got the Emperor and I've got the Emperor in reverse. Emperor is the king. It's a bit of a mad looking king. The Emperor. It's the big cheese. The Emperor, the King, and it's in reverse. When I get cards in reverse in these royal readings, years of doing these readings have taught me to be suspicious of them and to think that there is something going on behind the scenes that I'm not privy to, except that the energy leaks through in things like tarot, and I know people do other things as well to try and figure out what's going on, from body language to whatever, astrology and all the rest of it. So I'm asking, does Harry spend a lot of time living in Par's apartments, penthouses, whatever in New York? And I'm getting the King in reverse. I'm getting hidden energy. I'm also getting, because the Emperor is the top male energy in tarot, I'm getting that he's exited this situation being the marriage, and that he's removed himself from it and he's wanting to slide back in there. We've got the Emperor in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Basically, future energy cards in reverse can mean future activation. They come into their own energy at some not too distant time when something triggers that energy. I'm just getting that they're playing hide and seek, the Knight of Swords, and that a lot of hiding is happening in New York. I do think so. I can't help thinking that when I get the Chariot staring at me. So, this nanny situation. Are we looking for a New York nanny? Actually looking for a New York nanny. What do the cards have to say about that? And I have got the it's the Prince of Wands. It's basically this tarot deck has a prince and princess. It's the Page of Wands, the Prince of Wands, the journalist, it says, and it's in reverse. Again, a card in reverse. Again, an idea, because pages are messengers. Ignore the prince, but pages are messengers. And this is in the news, which would be the Page of Wands. This is a message that's being sent out. And I said at the beginning of this reading that I felt that there was more to the job description than met the eye, that there was some kind of secret messaging or subliminal messaging or that kind of thing, hidden significance in that New York comment, more than the obvious that, yeah, if you're a New Yorker, sure, you don't need a driver's license. I get that, I understand it. This card tells me that there's some kind of messaging going on that isn't upfront. And I'm saying that because I'm getting a whole lot of indications in this reading that a lot of what is going on in this situation is because they are not being upfront about their marriage, their living arrangements, their whatevers. So, as it gets suddenly dark, where is the relationship going, and in the context of nannies and children and custody and living arrangements, just whatever indications tarot wants to give us in this now almost pitch dark that I'm suddenly reading in. Yeah, I've got death. Endings. Again, it's the King. It's a Scorpio card. He's there, the Emperor in reverse. He's shown up here as himself, as Major Arcana, as Scorpio. So, sliding back to par, save me par. Par always saves, or has previously. And whether secretly, this time round, something going on here. But Death card, I'm asking, where is this relationship going? And I'm getting it's ending, very powerful sense of an ending, Major Arcana, ending, change, transformation. The circumstances of this family are changing profoundly, not in an easy way. There is difficulty, there is grief, there is loss, there is being reduced to bones and having to rebuild. And when this is going on, of course you have to make arrangements for your children, especially if you're the fun dad, as I consistently get with Harry. So I think something really big is going on, more than we know, and we may find out sooner than we think. That's my opinion, of course, all just my opinion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.